Trevor and Rowie made me breakfast and coffee. And it's so good. I just took my morning pills. I'm feeling okay. We'll eat and we'll see what happens. But by middle of the day, I end up feeling very much like out of it. Oh, hi baby. Did you and Daddy make me breakfast? Thank you.
I want some strawberries.
You want some strawberries? Okay. I love you.
Want to steal your strawberries?
Steal my strawberries. Oh, share? Okay. We can share them. Where are you going hiking with?
Going inside in Daddy.
And are you going to go in the muddy puddles?
Yeah. And I need my own boots.
Yes, and you probably need to wear something a little warmer than that.
Why?
Because you're going to be outside. You should have pants and a long sleeve on.
Why?
So you're cozy wozy.
Why?
Were your feet really cold yesterday?
I want to steal your strawberries.
You want to share my strawberries? Okay, you can have.
Not too much.
Not too much.
Last time I ate too much.
Yeah, you put them all in your mouth at once. You silly turtle. Love you. Mmm. Yum. You want one? Love you. Are you licking your fingers? Hey cutes, we're having some lunch. Daddy made us some Annie's with the limonita. Limonata?
I want some bubbly.
Cheers.
I want some bubbly, Mama.
I'll get you some bubbly.
Woo! I think Hillary likes tart things. Cheers, cuties. Happy Sunday. Good morning, cuties. Okay, I think I need to start by prefacing. Happy Monday. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday. I feel like I just took a few clips on my phone, but I have shingles. It's so much better now, but I'm still saying that I should take my pills. I'm on antivirals for the next week, which really take it out of me. They just make me feel so ugh. Also, my body's busy fighting something off, so that's part of it. So this week's gonna be a chill week in my life. Yesterday, the past 2 days, I really just hung out in bed and around the house. Me and Ro played yesterday morning. Trevor took Ro out for a hike in the afternoon. And I'm having a really hard time deciding, I don't know, putting pressure on myself. Like, I feel like, oh, I need to be doing more. I already did a disclaimer on TikTok that I won't be posting much this week. And I'm gonna keep vlogging because I like vlogging. We'll record the podcast tomorrow. So all those things are fine. I'm just feeling like, I don't know. I think this is the issue, is I think my body's telling me, Grace, you need to start caring for yourself more. Slow down and figure out a routine that works for you that's good. Like for you, without any of the work or all that stuff. Just what routine works for you, because I think I put a lot of like self-care type things, getting out and about, fresh air, all of that aside. Also, it's that time of year where it's the winter time and it's just like not that pleasant to be outside. And so that being said, I woke up and was like, I'm gonna drop off Ro and go for a walk, even though I know it's gonna be, I don't know if it's mucky outside, I don't know how cold it is, but I'm gonna go for a walk, get down by the water, even though that's like the most unpleasant place to be in the winter. But I just know that being by the water makes me feel so much better, and gather in some fresh air and then just reset from there. And I wasn't gonna go grocery shopping today because we did go grocery shopping last Friday morning because we were supposed to go to Collingwood on the weekend, but we had to postpone. Snowstorm/shingles. So we still have a bunch of stuff because I bought all the groceries for lunches and breakfast. So we still have a bunch of stuff there, but we do need milk and coffee beans. And we have stuff for nachos, but we don't have sour cream, I think. So some sour cream. just things like that. So I'll see what I feel like after my walk if I want to stop at the store. But I'm really just stepping back and resetting and being really gracious to myself. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time feeling like I'm missing out on something, or like I'm losing out on opportunities. I don't know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Like, these aren't real things that I actually, like, there's nothing. This is a good week. I'm not actually missing out on anything. There's nothing I have to cancel. But I just have a hard time feeling, I don't know, feeling like I'm not being enough if I'm not doing stuff. It's hard. But I feel so grateful because I have the opportunity, like I have the ability to not have to do too much stuff this week, so I should feel grateful for that. It's like a hard thing. I'm just in my head. I'm trying to just be really kind to myself. So anyways, that's the update on that. Is we are just taking it easy this week. Yes, bro? Okay, I'm just finishing getting ready. We're just taking it really easy this week. I'm gonna go for that walk and I think it'll make me feel so much better. So that's where we're at. Hey cuties, it's actually so pleasant out right now and it totally feels like I'm walking into an abyss of nowhere over here. Like, look, that's the water, but it's like, I don't know if it's fog or the way the clouds are overcast. It just feels like I'm in the middle of nowhere. Feels good. I didn't bring my headphones because I wanted to enjoy the sounds of nature, and I'm glad that I decided to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna continue walking, and then I actually really need to go to the bathroom. The second I dropped off Row, I was like, oh no, I need to pee, and I went pee before I left, but sometimes it happens. Anyways, so we'll see if I can make it to Farm Boy. If not, I'll just go home, but Farm Boy does have a bathroom, so we'll see. In the car, and I think I'm good. We're gonna make it to Farm Boy. I'll use their bathroom. That was a lovely walk. I'm gonna pick up those few essentials, and then I think I'm gonna go home and clean out the fridge a bit because it's like I kind of just shoved a bunch of stuff in there on Friday when I ended up finally putting away the stuff I was gonna pack. So let's clean the fridge a bit and then we'll have a little rest and food. But I'm feeling so good for going for a walk. Cute, so we got a few things from Farm Boy. We got some milk. I got new tulips to replace my sad looking flowers over here. Aww. Asparagus. Some butternut squash soup. This one's my favorite soup from Farm Boy, I think. Some noodles. Some tomato sauce. Pasta sauce. Not bad. A little bunch of romaine, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, some of the Farm Boy decaf coffee, my favorite, lemon yogurt, sour cream, and a nice piece of salmon. I'm gonna get this put away, tidy up the fridge a bit because it's looking wild, and then probably make something to eat and watch this week's episode or today's episode of Love Island, which cannot wait. I'm not focused. Hey cuties, I just recorded the podcast and picked up Rowie.
With Daddy.
Yeah, with Daddy. And I'm just gonna make Rose some, do you need help? I'm just gonna make Rose some snack. I all of a sudden got like really like, I don't know, tired. So I'm gonna make Rowie some snack and then just chill. We're having an easy dinner, so salmon and asparagus and rice, so I'll get that thrown in the oven. I have some no. I'm was no other food?
Chicken.
Oh, you had chicken?
Uh-huh.
No, you have human finger.
What chicken finger?
Maybe Daddy put it there. Let's tuck you in and I'll roll up your sleeves.
Strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries, and pepper.
And then what's here?
Granola, and yogurt.
Yum! We just finished up dinner. It's 5:05 and we're gonna go on a walk around the block. See? Tis this Morning, cutie. Oh my gosh, I have the hiccups. I'm doing laundry today. Just threw together a little snack plate. I went for a walk down by the water today. It's so nice out, but it's really windy by the water. And I'm gonna fold laundry. Summer house. In Love Island, I can watch Willie do that. And I have the hiccups. Hey cuties, I just brought up another basket of laundry. I'm going to heat up some leftovers. Look how perfect this container of leftovers is. So it's got the rice on the bottom, the salmon, and the asparagus, and it just looks like so perfect. Bring this upstairs, eat, fold, and watch Love Island. It's also such a spectacular day out. Like, it's just so sunny and it feels so good. My feet are in a sunspot right now and it's so cozy warm. Take a bite right out of the middle.
Oh.
Happy Wednesday, cutes. I have so much mud on the back of my legs. I just went for a walk with Aldi. It wasn't too muddy, but there definitely was mud parts, and I think because they were like mildly frozen, they were like throwing themselves up at me, so I'm splattered all over my pants. That was a lovely walk. I listened to a podcast. Trevor took Ro to school today, so I was able to take a slow morning wake up. Trev brought coffee in bed, and then I took a shower, got dressed, went for a walk, and I wasn't done my podcast, so I just sat outside for a bit and finished my podcast because it's nice in the sunshine, and when you have your coat on, it's not too cold. Some of our nachos from yesterday for lunch. Let's turn this on. I've literally been thinking about these since yesterday. We finished them. I was so full and I was like, I want more. Like, I can't wait till tomorrow. We use the Farm Boy, that's the original ones. And I'm usually, let me turn on a light. I'm usually not a corn chip person for nachos. They're actually so good. Trevor said exactly why they're so good. Because they're not super salty, so they're very complementary to all the flavors. Anyways, I'm gonna pop those in. I also made that cheese sauce, so I'm gonna keep cheese sauce just gets real chunkalicious, but I'll put some in a bowl for today. Gonna keep that up. I have one basket of laundry left to fold, just towels and sheets. So I'm gonna fold that, eat this, watch Love Island. There's a new episode of the podcast out already. I just did my Instagram post for that. This week we're just chillaxing, hanging out, talking, just catching up, and I'm talking about how I found out about my shingles and how it kind of like threw a wrench in some of my plans, but it all is working out. And I have to say, starting last night, but definitely today, I'm feeling so much better. And it's so funny because I wasn't feeling bad, like sick or anything. I was just feeling so low energy, and it was really getting me into my head. And it's funny, whenever you're in those situations, you always think this is forever. But I tried to really have grace with myself, and I think that's a lot about what I was talking about on this podcast today, and I was successful. Like, I didn't hold it against me so much, and I think I feel so much better about that. And now I'm feeling so much better, and I'm still gonna take it easy until I'm done my antivirals, because I think it's worth it to just rest and then feel yourself and not wear yourself out before you're fully recovered. So yeah, but Albie's over there scratching. So I'm gonna make these nachos, go fold laundry, and catch up on today's episode of Love Island. Still a beautiful sunshiny day. I just picked up a row and I'm gonna start preparing dinner for tonight. We're having just pasta and meat sauce, so something easy because Becca's coming over. The Bluey crew. Just dropped off Rowie and I heated up some leftover pasta from last night. Oh, I also went for a little walk by the lake. Yum. And I'm gonna watch this episode of Love Island. I remembered to take my antivirals. I forgot to do that this morning. Hi cuties, I just picked up Row and we're gonna go out, play outside and have snacks outside because it's so nice. Good morning, Alibi. Come to Starbucks and Marshall's having an apple juice and apple chips, and Zebra's getting a steamed milk, and I'm getting my mango dragon fruit thing, but with coconut milk and sweet cream. Can't wait. Hey cuties, I just went and did errands with my mom. Me and Ro went to Starbucks, and then I took my mom to do the errands, and now I'm having some of this big bowl noodle soup, and I picked one up for Trevor. I just got the normal chicken, and I got him the spicy one. It is blizzarding outside, so I thought that would be nice. And I got him a donut, a Long John, and I got myself a sugar twist. I just need to grab a napkin. Cause you know, sometimes you just want some soup and donuts. I'm gonna go watch Love Island. I'm so excited. Oh, they're keeping it interesting this season. They really are. I'm gonna put this aside so Trevor can make it. And it's Friday, so we always get takeout or go out for dinner. And I'm totally in the mood for sushi. I'd love to do all you can eat. If it is blizzarding, like if the snow isn't too bad, then maybe we can go out and get all you can eat. But if it's too snowy, then maybe we can get takeout, as long as everyone else wants sushi, but I hope they do. Anyways, that's where we're at. Cheers, cuties. Hi, cuties. I just picked Rowie up from school. Popcorn party! Her and her stuffies are. Honestly, I did nothing today beyond going and helping my mom, and then I just chilled, watched Love Island, and started catching up on Below Deck. It's such a snowy day out.
It has to be a little fun thing.
You can have one if you want. It's nice.
It's nice for tea.
Just hung out and stayed warm, and then Rowie and me and Daddy are gonna go for all you can eat sushi tonight. Yay! So we're just hanging out for a bit. Ro loves to play in the car. Ro! You like them? Be careful with them, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna see some movies.
Okay, there you go.
I have to see the cartoon.
And that's our Friday. Our cold, snowy Friday. Yeah, he's downstairs.
I'm showing him this video like that. What did I have on me?
Beautiful.
Okay, cuties, I'm gonna throw together this rosemary. I've had this rosemary for a while. Thankfully it doesn't go bad. So I'm gonna try this rosemary bread. Well, I'm just chopping up the rosemary right now. Yeah, when I get to the stirring, okay? Let's make it. Let's make some bread. Thanks, Marshall.
I go at me see titty.
1,
2, titty, titty. 1, titty, 2,
2.
titty, delicious.
Of our rosemary. Perfect. Okay, so whisk that up.
No. Today we made some bread because we gotta put water in it.
2 cups of water. For this, we want to fold our bowl with saran wrap, and we're gonna let it rise overnight and bake it off in the morning. Perfect. It grew cute. Let's make some bread. Morning cuties. Our bread loaves turned out so beautiful and they smell so good. I'm trying to decide if I should put them in a basket with like a tea towel. They're not cooled yet. I figure I can put it in the bottom as a little catch-all. And then I have these napkins that I can put on top, but I'll let it cool down first. And then I will put that together. Cuties, I put it in the basket. It looks so cute. And I'm so excited to try it. Roey's just doing some coloring.
Please pack this up.
You want to bring it to Grandma and Grandpa's?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do a little Q&A. I asked on Instagram what questions you had because I feel like this week I was very much just chilling and recovering from shingles, so I wanted to throw in a little something more. I've never done like an actual sit down vlog before. I mean, I'm adding this into my week in my life, but I've never done like a Q&A on YouTube, so this feels momentous. Cheers to the Q&A. Pull up what people are asking and we'll get answering. What is one thing you wish you could tell your past self? Oh, I love that question. I feel like I've done a lot of reflection within the past few years, and I wish that I could just tell my past self to like not be afraid to take up space, to speak openly, and just like be fearless when it comes to most things, but definitely like social settings and opportunities and things like that, or ideas that I have. Like, just go for it. There's nothing to lose and there's no what ifs if you just go after it. I feel like I was very shy. Like I was shy until I was comfortable, and then I was outgoing. I wish I just didn't have that natural shyness. But there are good things about that. Always turning a negative into a positive, but I think there are good things about being aware and sensing your surroundings before like letting yourself be, or like letting yourself go and putting down your walls. But I just mean I think I sheltered myself a little too much in those situations. So just to be not afraid of taking up space and being myself. Have you ever experienced anxiety? For sure. I'm a very chill person naturally. Like, I think I have a very optimistic outlook on life. It's easy for me to find a silver lining. I feel like when I was younger or in school, or even when I was working for other people, I definitely had anxieties over like deadlines, or if I was doing enough, or procrastinating and then creating anxiety for myself. Like, I feel like that's where that manifested. Now I feel like I definitely have more anxieties over just like random things, but I wouldn't say that I am a naturally anxious person. Like, I don't think my like base level is anxious, but I can definitely work myself up and get stressed over things. But I don't think I've ever experienced like an anxiety attack where I felt like spiraling out of control in like an anxious spiral. I wouldn't say I've gone that far. What's your biggest tip for anxious high schooler or anxiety in general? I let you, queen. Thank you. I love you too. I think like for me in high school, I had so much social anxiety. I kind of touched on that when I was saying I wish I could tell my younger self to just like take up space and not be afraid to be herself and like be out there. I would say the best thing I ever did in high school was look outwards from my actual school for friends. I don't know what it was, but it was harder for me to make friends in school. But we had a neighboring high school that was just a walk away. It felt really good to branch out and meet people from other high schools. I feel like how I did that was I went to a junior middle school that like went from K to 8. And then I moved when I was there, but I continued going to that school. So then when I went to high school, I went to my home school after I moved, and I went there not knowing anyone, but I had friends that went all over the place to other schools. And so I just kind of rekindled those connections slowly in grade 9 and 10. And we would like run into each other. I was working at a candy shop at the time. So people would stop in for candy and be like, oh, hey, and rekindle that way. Go to someone's birthday party and you would connect with other people. And so I just like grew my horizons that way, and that really helped me to get out of my comfort zone and feel connected, and really helped me with that social anxiety aspect. So that was a big thing for me around social anxiety, especially for me in high school. And then what I'd say for anxiety in general, like especially when it comes to deadlines or feeling the unknown. Oh my gosh, I used to be such a researcher when it came to, if I was going to be doing something new that I'd never done before, I wanted to know everything about it. I would like watch YouTube videos about it. I would go on the website, find a Q&A, like read all the facts, like try and get as much information as I could so I could feel as prepared as possible. But I think what I learned was like I would still always feel like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, up until I actually did it. And that I think putting all that effort into it, not that it's bad to not do your research, but I think just I put too much stress on the actual anticipation of it. So, and I think I'm not as much like that anymore, but I was like that until I probably had Roe. I think when I became a mom, I really learned that you just got to go with the flow. So but I'd say for anxiety in general, the best thing you can do is have like a touch point plan. So once you feel anxiety boiling in your body, whether that be you wake up with it or it comes on during the day, be able to name it, identify it, and then have that plan for what happens when you're feeling it. Do you do some breath work? Do you go outside and have a walk? Do you take a shower? Do you take a nap? How do you reset? Do you do a dance? I love just putting on a song and like dancing for like a minute and a half to really reset my body, and just have that plan in place. So don't just be like, oh yeah, like I know this is gonna happen now, but like actually do something. Like do something that isn't about that anxiety in that moment. So yeah, I think that's a really big one for me. And also for myself, I really love to have a plan, especially when I start to feel overwhelmed if life is really busy. I like to write lists and I like to have a plan for every day. And so whether that be the night before, writing out a list of what my expectations are for tomorrow, or be on Sunday, write out what my expectations are for the week, that really helps to balance my like overwhelmed. Did you go to college or uni? If so, what did you study? Yes, I went to college. I went to college twice. So for first time around, I went for early childhood education. I absolutely love that program. I went in Ottawa and I loved living in Ottawa. That was my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I thought we would end up in Ottawa, but we didn't. And then the second time around, and then I worked for 2 years, and then I went back to school for advertising and marketing. And I definitely didn't vibe with that program as much as early childhood education. It's a totally different world and a totally different class makeup. When you're in ECE, you're with a lot of women. There are a few men, but you're definitely in like a woman run industry, and I love being around women. I love being inspired by women. Like it just felt really empowering. And then I felt when I went to advertising and marketing, you're with a mix. I'd say it was like 50-50, but there's something about competitive men that just like, give me the ick, and I just like couldn't deal with that side of it. It was very competitive as well, like very competitive, and I'm like, we're literally in school, friends, like what are we competing against? Like let's work together. Anyways, it was definitely a different experience. That being said, I met some amazing friends. I also worked on campus when I was there and had so much fun and met people there. I did a lot of cool experiences. I put myself out of my comfort zone, and yeah, so there was highs and lows to everything. What does your husband do for work? I wanted to say software engineering, but I'm not a hundo if that's what he works in. He's a tech guy. Why do you and your husband not wear wedding rings? Oh, that's a fun one. I always forget I don't wear a wedding ring. Trevor wears a wedding ring, but he usually takes it off when he goes to the gym, and then sometimes he'll have it off like all day if he doesn't put it right back on. But he wears his wedding ring like way more than I wear mine. I used to wear my wedding ring and my engagement ring, and then when I had Roe, I took off my engagement ring because I felt like I was always poking her with it, so I just took it off. It was more comfortable. Then I wore my wedding ring, and I think I wore my wedding ring like up until, I don't know, maybe a year ago. I don't know, I just took it off and then never put it back on. Honestly, I like bare nails. I really like freedom on my fingers. I feel like I use my hands all the time. I'm always in the kitchen. Yeah, if we're going to an event, like if we're going out maybe to a wedding or something, sometimes I remember to put it on, but most of the times I don't. But yeah, there's no real reason. There's no like drama there. I just feel more comfortable without it on. How old are you? And what was your job before this? I am 29. Before I had Row, I was running a before and after school program and a summer camp. And that was my favorite job in the whole wide world. I worked with these badass women. I absolutely loved it. We had amazing families. It was just so much fun. And then I got pregnant and went on mat leave. And then we moved because the pandemic happened. So we moved out of city. And so I wasn't gonna go back to that job. And then after I obviously was on mat leave, I needed to figure out what was next. And I really didn't wanna run I didn't want to run a center while Row was young, because it does take a lot of your time up, and it's just, I just didn't think it was worth it for the financial, like I didn't think the financial gain of that job was worth it for missing out on like the peace of not doing that, peace of mind of not doing that. It can be a very stressful job. So yeah, I knew that's not what I wanted to do. And then I didn't think I wanted to go back into a classroom because, not that I don't ever want to go back into a classroom, I don't know, but I just didn't want to go back to a classroom while having young kids. And I feel like I always knew that. I didn't want to spend all day with kids and then have to come home and be with kids and just be like kids all the time. And then I was like, okay, this is my opportunity. I've always wanted to try new things, and I always said I was never going to do the same job forever. I'm not going to be like our parents where we work for 40 years in the same job. I think the world's different now. There's lots of opportunities and more opportunities for things of self-employment and flexibility for what your streams of income are and all that. So I wanted to take advantage of that. So I was like, okay, this is my time to explore. So I ended up working from home for a company doing customer service while I was on mat leave technically, but I guess I went back early because I was working from home while I had Row. But I did that because it came in kind of an opportunity that fell into my lap. It was convenient. I could work from home. It was the middle of the pandemic. I was literally talking to no one, doing nothing all day, just being with Row. I was like craving connection. And I did that I think I did that for a month or so. And it was fine. It definitely wasn't like my forever. I found the days really long. Every so often there was like fun customer service where you were like really figuring out a problem, but most of it was just like copy and paste or saying the same thing over and over again, and it just became very repetitive. But then I got a sweet gig where I was able to work part-time, so that was full-time. Then I was able to work, which was too much. Full-time with Row was too much. Then I was able to work part-time and be like a flex person for those companies, and it was work from home. So I would just like, it was a tech company, so I would just like jump around to different teams and help them where they needed help. A lot of it was like administrative or doing like coaching for like customer service, all of that stuff. So that was fun because it was like every few months I was like on a new team. And again, it was like, this isn't forever, but it's very convenient for it right now, especially because Row was signed up to go to childcare, not yet. Like we had her signed up to go start when she was 18 months old, I think. So was it 18 months or was it? Yeah, 18 months. So I still had was able to do the mom work from home thing. So then I was ready for a job in person. Like I was like, I want to be in person with the people doing something that I've always wanted to do, but have always been like nervous to throw myself out there. So then I went into events. And long story short is that I loved the job, like the actual work, and I just wasn't the right fit for that place. And so I definitely contemplated for a long time and ended up quitting, and then I was doing the podcast for probably a year and a half at this point, and I was just like, I'm gonna take time off and figure out what's next and really invest in myself, like just give myself a try and reach for the stars and see what happens. And here we are. So yeah, that is what I did before this. Okay, thank you for asking all those questions. And thank you so much for watching this week in my life. I am feeling so much better. I'm looking so forward to this upcoming week. I think I'm going over to the States, which means I'm gonna hit up Trader Joe's for the first time ever, which is just like So exciting. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, everything. You can also go follow me over on TikTok and Instagram to keep up throughout the week. Sending lots of love. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye, cuties.